One is monopolistic competition, another one is pure competition. What's monopoly? Monopoly means a monopoly. There's only one firm in the market. It's the best situation for the firm, so that the monopoly can restrict competition and raise price uncontrollably. There are also some oligopoly. Oligopoly means there are some firms in the market, but not a lot. So firms typically change their price in response to competition. And if there are so many firms on the market, we call it pure competition. In that case, price is usually set based purely on supply and demand. That's differentiation. And what's the difference between pure competition and monopolistic competition? Monopolistic competition, even though there are still a lot of firms in this market, but the product differentiation appeals more to customers than price competition. So some firms, they try to change their products differently so that the firm can compete with other firms without lower their price. So here are some examples. The grain is pure competition. There are so many people have this product. And the electricity is more like a monopoly. For example, if you think about the electricity company in Pittsburgh, it's the Queen Line. There is no competition. And the watch company is more like the monopolistic competition because the different firms produce different watch. And the Coca-Cola company is more like oligopoly. Channel members will also influence the competition. There are manufacturers, wholesalers, retailers, different channel members, and they have different pricing perspective, so it's difficult to manage. We will talk about this in next chapter. So far, we discussed all the 5 C's, how they will influence the pricing. The company objectives means the company has different goals in the short run, and that will influence the short-term pricing. And the customers, we talk about the demand curve, which represents the relationship between price and the quantity of product that consumers will purchase. And then we talk about the cost, different type of cost, including the fixed cost and variable cost. And because of the structure of the cost, how that will influence, then we can do the break-even analysis. And we talk about the competition and channel members. There are different price strategies. You just need to be familiar with these two. The first one is everyday low pricing. Do you know what's everyday low pricing? You could think about Walmart. Their price is always low. Even if you don't go to Walmart, you know that their price is cheap. This is called everyday low pricing. You don't have to go on a specific day. However, for other stores, for example, like Giant Eagle, it's more like high and low pricing. Is that they use some temporary price reduction to encourage sales. What's the advantage of these two different strategies? For the EDLP, it's easy to think because they're reducing consumer search cost. You know, you just go, you don't have to wait at some point. But for the HLP, it attracts less sensitive consumers to less price sensitive consumers. So actually, they can target two different markets: the people who are sensitive to price and people who are less sensitive to price. Then let's talk about the new product pricing strategy. When the firm launch new products, there has not this type of product before. So how do they know how to charge their product? There are two different strategies they can use. The first one is called market penetration. The basic idea of market penetration is that when the product introduced, the firm will set a low initial price with the goal to quickly build the sales, market share, and the profit of their firm. Another strategy is called price skimming. So let's think about the market penetration. It's good that it will, because the price is low, so a lot of people will try. It will attract a lot of customers. But is it like all the consumers will purchase the same new product at the same time? No. Usually when the firm launch new products, some people they really like it and they just purchase it immediately. For some other people, they wait and they see if the product is good or bad, right? Last week we talked about the innovation. There are some people we call them innovators and some we call them the early adopter, late the late majority and the draggers. So you could see that the consumers they didn't purchase the new product at the same time. So there is another strategy called price skimming. Actually, when a product introduced, they set a high initial price with the goal of skimming revenue layers from market because they know that the people who purchase the products in the early stage are the people who really like this product, so they are willing to pay more to get a new product. So if we try to draw the picture of the price over time, this would be the one more like the market penetration. They just set the price low from the beginning. And for the price skimming, they set the price high in the beginning so that the people who purchase it will pay a lot, so the firm can earn more product. And then later they decrease the price by time. Okay, so what's the benefit of market penetration? It's like they can increase their market share. More people will know their product, and also that will decrease their production cost, and also discourage the competition because there's less money there. But the drawback would be they are leaving money on the table. How about price skimming? The good part is that they can earn more money, right? So they can quickly earn back the research and development investment. And also they can signal that their product has high quality. But there are some drawbacks. Consumers who purchase this product may be irritated when the price drops. They feel unfair, right? Price bundling strategy means when a firm bundle products together and then sell them together. Here are some legal and ethical pricing issues like deceptive price advertising, predatory pricing. This is for the competitors, and something called price discrimination because different consumers want to pay. Their willingness to pay for the same product is different. So firm want to do the price discrimination to earn more profit. And something called price fixing. Just know what does this mean. Let's skip the group activity and then go to chapter 13, service. What distinguishes service from goods? Why they are so special? We can think about car wash. Why they are so special? Firstly, the service they are intangible. So for the goods, we know we can touch them. If I purchase one cup, I know there is the cup. But for service, it's intangible, and this will cause some problem. Like it will be difficult to promote because people cannot even see the service, and also it can be returned because once you use this service, it's done. You cannot undo the product. So there is another very important distinguishes between the service and product. It's inseparable. What does this mean? Think about the cup I just said. The cup was produced in a factory and then it was shipped or delivered to the retailer or to me, and then I will use the cup to drink water. So you see the production and the consumption of this product is separate. This is the case for a lot of products. However, for service, it's not the case. If you think about the car wash, when the workers provide the car wash, it's exactly the same time that we are consume the car wash. Or if you think about when the doctor provides, for example, the dental help you to check your teeth, the time when he is checking your teeth is also the time when you are consume this dental service. Okay, and this inseparable will cause another character of service is perishable. For example, because the consumption and the production should be together. If the consumer isn't there, then the production cannot start, right? So if nobody goes to the service, then the service can perish. Because of this, the firm may use some different way to promote their product. Finally, the service is heterogeneous. Do you know what does heterogeneous means? It means it's different across different situations or different servers. So this represents the variable characteristic of service. Even for the exactly same service, if it's delivered by different people, then it could be very different. So this causes another problem. First is, as we said, it's very difficult to show the quality of a service, and it's very difficult to measure and also control, because the quality, if we use different people even if we use the same people, it's very difficult to control to provide the exactly same quality of the service. Therefore, there is one specific problem in service. It's called the service gaps model. What is service gap? It's when a service fails to meet the expectations that customers have about how it should be delivered. So it's like when the consumers feel like their expectation of the service isn't met, then should the manager just say, okay, forget about it, I don't know what's happening. Actually, they should go into more aspect and see which step has a problem so that they could find a way to solve these service gaps. So we say the customer's expectations for the service quality. And here is what the management perception of customers' expectation. If the manager don't exactly know what customers want, then they cannot provide the right quality of the product. So we call this the knowledge gap. How to solve the knowledge gap? Then maybe we can use the market research so that the manager have a better idea of the customer's expectation. Even if the management, they know what the customers expect, still, because the manager, they are not the person who will deliver the service, they have to write it down. They have to set some rule. What standards are the product we try to provide? And even though they know the exact customer expectations, still the standards they write down, the specified may not be exactly. So there has something called standards gap. So maybe we need to write down better standards. And then even if we have a very good standard, still the employee who deliver the service may don't deliver exact the same service that the standard says. So we call it delivery gap. How to solve this problem? We could do the employee training so that they know better how to deliver the good product, good service. And also some firms actually think, because even for the same person, even if for me, I have good days and bad days, the service I provide in my good days may be different from the service I provide in bad days. If especially you could think about the hotel, the lounging industry. So some firms actually try to use some machine to have a standard service, to provide standard service. You can think about the ATM. It's all the same, provide exactly same quality of the service. And then there is another gap called communication gap. So even if the employee deliver exactly the service, however, sometimes the retailers, they want to have more consumers. So when they communicate with consumers, they exaggerate the service quality. So they cause the communication gap. To solve this one, just do not overpromise. And there is something called zone of tolerance. It's the difference between a consumer's desired level of service and their minimum acceptable level of service quality. For example, if I go to one restaurant, maybe I expect them to serve me in 2 minutes, but I'm okay if they serve me in 12 minutes. But after that, I will be angry. So there is the tolerance zone. Okay, that's all.